Hey everyone, it's VM Campos Magic Fan. How are you doing? Welcome to another streaming Saturday. I thought I had all my settings properly set up right now, but here we go. No, this is not made for kids. Get out of here, kids. YouTube, you're so funny what you make me do. Anyway, welcome everyone to Hey Daybreak, how are you doing? So, thanks for joining. We can look at my amazing $600 CEDH vampire deck. Just kidding. It's not CEDH. It's XEDH, which is extra cool. So, yeah, welcome to everyone. Just let me check that all my settings are good. Seems to be good over there on the Twitches and on the YouTubes. Everything seems to be good. Okay, let's play a little bit of Arena, and then we'll have people come by, and then we'll look at that Commander deck, and then we'll play some Cube, and we'll do all that good stuff. That is a Saturday stream here. VM Campos streaming Saturdays. So let's go over to the gameplay over here. So yeah, there's the brand new Arena Cube draft. We'll look at that in detail in a moment. There's one free draft on that, and basically this is a set, I think, of 555 curated cards from all of Standard and Historic at the moment. So 555 cards of the most broken, degenerate cards. Again, we'll look at this in detail in a moment, but yeah, all the Planeswalkers are here, all the best cards are here. Cube is like OP times 2. But we'll play with that in a moment. Everyone gets a free draft. I mean, everyone gets a free game of that. Normally it costs 4,000 gold, but we'll play some of that in just a bit. So I gotta win these dailies. I need to play 30 black or green spells, 20 red or green spells. So they really want me to play green. I have a mono red goblin deck that is fun. So let me see, I don't want to do this on ranked. Why do they have best of 3 historic non-ranked? They just have historic, traditional. Yeah, they give and they take. Historic ranked is a competitive queue. Nah, I don't want to be on the ladder for this. So, okay, I'll go with my mono red. I call it Goblin Rage. My gobos are gonna get them all. So when this works, it's fun. It's Goblin Synergy, it's Goblin Tribal, it's Mono Red. I don't think I have any burn in it. It's just like send goblins at the opponents as soon as possible. Oh, I guess I do have burn, never mind. Good old shocks, lava coils, lightning strikes, light up the stage. This is all kind of reactive, but yeah. Let's mess with the opponent by, okay, Vampire the Dire Moon, so they're like, turn 1 play, yay, I got you. Nope, I've got a turn 1 play as well, I got you. Turn 2, they bring out their other vampire, I will lava coil it. Turn 3, they'll bring, okay, nothing there. Okay, this is actually perfect. Let's bring out a banneret. They're like, oh, look at that cool goblin. But then I bring out a firebrand and look at a cool goblin with haste. Oh, snap. And then I can light up the stage. There's another vampire dire moon there. Okay, I guess what I need to do here is have the firebrand do its thing there. Cool. Then I pump up the goblin to make it a 3/1. Then I play my light up the stage spectacle cost and I get more goblins. Okay, next turn, Legion War Boss. Actually, next turn the opponent concedes because Goblin Rage. So see, that's how it goes right there. It's just a bunch of goblins. It's shock and awe. There's some burn in there. It's completely all about like having my opponent rage quit, basically, because like, you know, what were they even doing? They had 2 vampires which I roasted, and then they quit. Okay, let's see who else will fall before the Goblin Rage. So how's everyone doing today? Did you have any productive day today? My foot hurts because I was sweeping all day long and I have hardwood floors, and I wasn't wearing my usual house slippers or whatever. I was just in my socks, and now I'm finally sitting down to play some Magic and hanging out with people. So, and then I'll go get a drink later on. But the goals are get those dailies, look at some artwork. Okay, so turn 1, fire. Okay, turn 1 banneret, so that I have 2 attackers on turn 2. Will be nice here, and we'll say hello. Sterax is the opponent. Play a tap land. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make my goblin big. Even more shock and awe. Turn 3, I can do the Goblin War Chief. Oops, yeah, my opponent's a little slow. Although they could board wipe, maybe? So then that gives me cost reduction for the Goblin Trash Master. Ooh, Wild Growth, whatever. So they want to have an amazing strategy with that thing, but I have a more amazinger strategy right here. Exile that Walking Chia Pet, and then that mentors that, and suddenly they're at 8 life. Another Wild Growth, sure. Enter the Unknown. Ooh, they get to explore that and gain some life. Fine, that's a 2/4. Sure. I guess what I'll do here is... let me attack with a big ol' 5/1. Are they gonna block that? I guess what they'll probably do is not block. Yeah, they're gonna do the double explore. They're gonna do the double explore Merfolk. Oh, they're gonna do Tender Shoot. Okay, I don't care. Whatever. They haven't ascended yet. Ooh, perfect. Okay, well, this will cause them to rage quit. Next up, let's take out a Sapperling. And we'll just further set things up over here. And another rage quit. Yep, just a lot of goblins coming in and doing their red shenanigans. And to think I don't have anything like, you know, Hazaret's Monument or Fire Diamond or Fire Medallion or anything. Oh, I don't have that one. What's it called? Fiery Emancipation? What's that one that's tripling damage? I don't even have Obosh in here. Torbran. I don't even have any like red damage doublers or anything. I just have a bunch of goblin-fueled rage. Okay, the opponent is Sky. This is a little slow. Everything's online on turn 3, so not amazing, but I am playing someone with a trophy. Yep, so I'm gonna be playing a little slow here. No turn 1 or turn 2 play, no burn, although I'm playing Azorius. So what am I gonna... oops, actually I'm playing black, white, and blue. Yep, totally slow here. So when they Thought Erasure me on turn 2, they will see, on turn 3, they will see all my amazing stuff. They might bring out a Teferi, but then I've got the War Chief on haste, but they're gonna uptick it. And yeah, Thought Erasure turn 2. Okay, yeah, you get to see everything that I've got. Take your pick on everything that I've got here. Whatever you like. Yeah, grab one of those if you want. I got a few more. Although they'll probably have some removal. So I don't think I want to go completely aggro. Oops, that's a 4 on that. They are clearly going to... they are clearly going to settle the wreckage to me. So I will attack with only the 2 things that I don't care about losing. Cast down, fine. Still have something paused, so they're gonna seal away a 1/1? No, they're gonna Tyrant Scorn. Sure. What we will do is a risk factor, and they'll probably take 4 damage. Yep, exactly. And then light up the stage, get some more value off of that, and lands. Okay. Next turn, I can risk factor again. What do we want to do here? I guess Goblin War Chief, if they've got some more removal, I can live with that. Risk factor for 4 more damage. Ooh, Teferi. Okay, they're going to bounce back a 1-1, I suppose. Bounce back and draw cards. That's fine. So that doesn't... actually, that'll give me plenty. Over here, if I drop another land, I'll have 2 of these. Take out the Teferi. Actually, I don't think I need to take out the Teferi because they'll just plus 1 is not amazing. Kaya's Oath of Kaya, sure. One more land. Okay, so let's do this 4 damage to the face. Then I'll hit them with the risk factor. Let's see if they want to take 4 more on that. Probably not. So here's 3 free cards. Oh, okay. Fine. And although with a control deck like this, they could gain enough life. Okay, so that's a minus on something. This is game over, but they have flash, so let's see if they do anything with that. And then maybe I'll just send... Okay, 2 life on that, but... And then they're at 5 life. Like, wow, this is what I love about control players. So they're gonna have 1 more trick? Nope, okay, they're at 1 life, but what are they gonna do here? They're not gonna -3 to Fairy, because then, oh, they're gonna bounce. Okay, yeah, that's what, okay, fine. They're gonna bounce that back, they're gonna play it again, gain 3 more life. Just struggling to hold on. How can I do 4 damage? And it's pausing there, not good. Okay, so let's see what we get here. Okay, they're gonna cycle that for 2. I guess that'll be fine. Shock that. Get in for 2 more. And let's see what we get here. Are they gonna peel another? Yep, of course they're gonna peel another Teferi. When you have 4 of them in your hand. Bounce that back, draw a card, do 3 damage. So much fun. If I get a land, I'm quitting. That's not a land, okay. Huh. Good game, maybe? Well, let's see if they have any counters. Fine, good game on the cheap way. Alright. Direct damage for the win. They had 2 Teferis, they were bouncing back their Oath of Kaya, they were gaining the life, they were drawing the cards, but then Goblos are unstoppable. Okay, got them there. Next, let me try to earn my daily for the black. I have, let's see about playing on the regular ladder. My aggro mono black deck. This is a mono black deck that I got Bolus of Citadels in there, I've got Hand Disruption, I've got Creature Kill spells. Let's see how that goes. And if I get to go first, that's even better. Okay, cool. Get to see their hand right away. Got some Ayara shenanigans. The opponent doesn't have any... Oh, okay, I'm gonna get... Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna get Shrieked. But now that I'm playing against this player here, ooh, there's a lot of good stuff. So I think this Nightmare is pretty bad. So we'll thanks them on that. So they're stuck on nothing. I guess that's a drawbridge. Whatever. Let's drop another hand disruption. I'm gonna drop a land. Okay, they're gonna have their third land. Next turn, I probably bring in the Midnight Reaper for card draw. There's their Lurus. They'll be able to replay that 1/1. Sure. As long as you've got the mana for it. Okay, so speaking of mana, I missed the land drop, but I'll have here a 3/2 from the graveyard. They'll either play a land and then play their devil, which then I need to remove it, or they will just bring back their knight from the graveyard. If they attack with their 3/2, I have defense for that. Okay, so they didn't have their land. We're gonna haste that in, I guess. This will give me some card draw. Drill bit. Okay, that'll be nice. If I had my fourth land, I could have brought a Yara, gained a life, paid for the drill bit for 1. Freaking lame. Okay, so let's see if you can hold on to it for one more time. Let's wreck this person's... They have 2 of these. Okay, so here obviously they will get a land, and then there we go. They play their 4-drop right there. What are the odds that they have all that amazing stuff and everything's got that? Okay, let's start over here. Yep, because I'm just missing land drops, so no need for trying to get that, catching up on that. Okay, so Spectral Shriek, definitely. Farika's Libation for that enchantment. Remove stuff from the graveyard. Cannot play stuff from the graveyard. Okay, I think that'll wreck them pretty well. So for myself, I'm gonna keep the... Let's see, the Shriek will be amazing. Fenlurker. Drop those. Ayara, Drill Bit, drop a couple of those. Memory Leaks. Yeah, let's give that a shot. So it's mono black versus mono black, but like completely different strategies. Get to go first, okay. And I know I can pull an amazing turn 1 play, but instead it's the algorithm's gonna mess with me like that. So okay, fine. Put back 3. All of that is to do that turn 1. Was that too much? So that comes out on turn 2. I have a way to deal with that. The Priest, okay, let's get rid of that invasion. They're going to do the turn 1 Eben. I will drop a swamp. Then I get to my 3rd land. Farika's Libation will take care of it. Alright, so everything hinges on my 3rd land here. Come on, 3rd land. Okay, 3rd land. So they are going to sack their drawbridge. There's too much value with that knight. There we go. Okay, next turn, they'll probably attack with their pumped up knight, because there's no value just yet for that priest yet. The priest is going to be useful when there's other things to sacrifice, but okay, fine, they want to do it that way, and well, I guess that's what they want to do. Sacrifice 2 creatures, any number of target players, each choose 2 life sacrifice a creature. I think there was a glitch one of the last times that I played someone with that, so let's see if they try to use it also. So if people are watching on Twitch, I have the Cardboard Live extension, which allows people to hover over my field and see everything that's cool on the screen. Okay, do a bunch of that stuff. Sure, I draw that. Draws me a land. I think I took enough damage so that they... Yeah, this is too strong, so just not getting any good things on my end. Let's try that again. Seven out of 30. So there's a bug in Arena at the moment that it doesn't remember the last type of match that you played, and it's so annoying because then you want to click to play, but then it moves out of the way and all of that. 3 days is the opponent. So did anyone have any fun stuff to eat recently? I had a Chick-fil-A sandwich, chicken sandwich, a couple days ago. That was fun. The sauce is very tasty. It was a spicy one, and it was spicy. Well, not super spicy, but nice. Hey, Stevie, how are you doing? Welcome. Just started the game here. I'm trying to earn my rewards for the day playing my mono black deck. Just in time to answer the question of the day, which is, did you have anything tasty to eat recently? Okay, so I have all the black mana that I need. My Fenlurker will do its thing. They have the Zagoth Triome, so they're going to play triple colors. They're getting rid of one of their Narsets because it looks like they probably have another one. So there's a brand new game mode on Arena, Cube Draft. Ooh, there's an Uro. Cube Draft. So this is a special set of 555 cards that are the most amazing and powerful and broken cards of all. And now it is available. I'm going to play it a little bit later once more people show up. Look at this. Are you kidding me with that? So, yeah, Cube came to Arena now. Yep, I believe they just activated it yesterday, maybe. I haven't played it yet, and everyone gets a free game. So, so many Uros. Yeah, so I'm going to do that cube draft a little bit later. Now this opponent had their Nissa, and they were so ready to cast that Nissa. But I did my, what's it called? Devastating Memories? Memory Leak. I did my Memory Leak on them. They're going to waste that, sure. And they're going to tap out. So, okay, I guess also what I'll do here, you have your final amazing card in hand. You can get rid of that one, s'il vous plaît. So, nothing to do from the graveyard, nothing to do from their hand. Next turn, Grey Merchant. One of your favorite modes. Yeah, man, Thought Erasure. Okay, so they get to see one of my Grey Merchants. They top decked that. Right, so they scried something and kept it on top, but it was just a land. Okay, fine. How many things. They have 5 things in the graveyard, so they can't bring Uro back. But they will do a Nissa, fine. But they're not going to attack with their land because I have a blocker. What are the other modes here? Just a +1 and a -8. So, yeah, if you want to lose that, sure. Ooh, Citadel, okay. I will take that. So they clean out their graveyard. You haven't logged in since the last time that we played. Huh. Okay, so let's get a Bolus Citadel action happening here. From the top, nothing to do over here. I want to cycle that, actually. So I'm surprised it doesn't let me cycle from the graveyard. Ooh, that's perfect. So, yep, Bolus' Citadel, let me go take out their Planeswalker. Down to 5 life, though, but that doesn't have trample, so I'll be okay. What do they top deck? They top decked a Krasis, I am sure. Okay, 1 land. They seem to have some sort of instant, perhaps. Okay, so let's take a quick look at what is in their hand. Gotta be careful here because, well, I guess I'll do it this way. Oh, it's pausing because they've got the Fabled Passage. That's why it's pausing. Never mind. So, okay, I'll attack right there. I can do Spectacle for 1. That's just a land. So then I'll drop this onto the field. I'll probably be safe here. So 3 damage on that. Okay, so all I need... So I'm about to get Ayara into this piece. Opponent's graveyard. Anything good in the graveyard? Yeah, let's get rid of your Nissa from the graveyard. Okay, so they'll attack with a 6/6, gain 3 life, but I'll gain 2 life back from my... so they get to see just lands from my hand. They scryed whatever... Get that card that they just scryed. Get a little life back. Back to the bottom of the graveyard. I will play Ayara. Play that land. Ooh, play another rider. Perfect. So I guess I'll wreck that Uro. And I wreck myself. So that's what happens when you live by the Citadel. Okay, so now I know Noxious Grasp is important. I will do the Grafdigger's Cage so they don't bring back their Uro. I'll do the Lantern to wreck their graveyard as well. Spectral Shriek turn 1. Don't aid. Creatures in graveyards can't enter. Players can't cast spells from their graveyards or library. Actually, that'll hurt me because that'll take out my own citadel. So the Shriek, Lantern to wreck their graveyard, Remorse to look at their hand, Grasp to kill their planeswalker, Fenlurker, not necessary then. Drill Bit, that'll work, and take back 1 Citadel and have 60 cards. Okay, let's give that a shot. I think I got a little bit greedy in terms of it was 5 damage to myself because it was 3 damage to play the it was 3 damage to play the it was 3 damage to pay the rider, but then I lose 2 more damage for actually doing it, so 5 damage to myself. Okay, that's gonna be some ramp, but I guess we'll take that out. That was a black spell, excellent, so it didn't even hurt me, very nice. So they just have 1,000,000 mana, and then I can further just wreck their plans right here. You don't get that growth spiral. Next turn, you've been learning how to do 3D animation with your program. It's been fun so far. Cool. Have you worked with like environments or like character creation? If that isn't cause for a rage quit, I don't know what is. So every single piece of their hand has been completely removed. Probably have to cycle that eventually. So, okay, that's an Uro, but Memory Leak will also deal with their graveyard. Yep. If I get my 3rd land. That is a 3rd land. Okay, perfect. So, let's finish cleaning them up over here. Casualties of War. Okay, well, sure. But now you have nothing to play. They don't have enough for that casualties yet, so the next turn I can grab it. Yeah, my hand has been incredibly oppressive. Turn 1, remove their Vraska. Turn 2, remove their growth spiral. Turn 3, removed their Nissa, etc., etc., etc. So let's get rid of their Casualties of War. It goes to the graveyard. Memory Leak. Obviously at a certain point, so they're cycling that, at a certain point they have nothing in hand, so I'll cycle that myself for something better. That is a land. Okay, well that land's gonna let me draw more stuff, so let's see what we get here. Fellow Vraska player. Yeah, check it out. They got the really nice looking Vraska art on that. Ooh, there's Gary. Okay, it's gonna be 5 for a Grey Merchant, so let's start doing stuff here. They have absolutely nothing in hand. I totally wrecked their hand. They're just trying to top deck something good. Let's see if they top deck their Nissa right here. Oops, a Pelukernos. Okay, well, I can actually kill that, but it'll be in the graveyard. There's nothing meaningful in the graveyard yet, so I guess I can live with that. So we'll get rid of that. Plus it gains me a life. Oh, but it gets to eat first. Okay, fine. Okay, so they have 1,000,000 mana. Fabled Passage. That's not enough for my freaking Citadel. Okay, but let's draw a card. That is a land. Okay, next turn Citadel is online. This game is taking 3 days. So what are they gonna grab with Narset? They have enough for that ultimatum now. Or Casualties of War, I mean. They got a Growth Spiral, sure. Okay, we got the Citadel, we got another Citadel, amazing! And then we get a land on that. Drop that land. Let's look at what is in their hand now. Hahaha, that's a miss. But that goes away. I drop my Noxious Grasp. I then will play the... choose one card from their graveyard here, but then I will also just wreck their whole... everything in their graveyard. I will Spectral here. Nothing to exile from my hand. So they have a Planeswalker. They have no graveyard. They have no hand. They have nothing. I have 10 life. So now I need to get my plan in order here.
Just the trick for this.
What are they going to top deck? You're gonna get a Tamiyo. Okay, fine. Have to deal with 2 Planeswalkers now. So what card do they want? What card do they want? They want a Hydroid Crisis. Okay, they got a Hydroid Crisis. Give them a nice on that, so they're gonna bring in a big ol' Crisis. Hey Mark, welcome. I just engrossed in this game here. It's been a very gross game. I have completely wrecked my opponent so much. I haven't been winning this opponent, but check out all of the horrific cards I played against them. I did turn 1, Spectral Shriek, I got rid of their best card. Turn 2, I did an Agonizing Remorse. Turn 3, another Agonizing Remorse. Memory Leaks, Drill Bits, Memory Leaks, Grey Merchants. I've been just completely wrecking their hand completely and sending everything into exile. I've exiled like 2 Nissas and Uros and Polukranosas and everything. Now that of course doesn't guarantee I'm going to win because now they have a 4-4. And I don't have anything on my side, but I'm going to do Drill Bit over here. What else do they have in their hand? Ooh, they have a Polukranos, which I will get rid of. Oh, and then they finally quit. I was not in a good position, and they quit because like I kept wrecking them with all of my. And then they're like, I can't handle you anymore. Oh, they had honestly, I was not in a good position to win this, but like my deck was so utterly annoying. You know, the Evil Mage deck. And the Evil Mage deck in Standard, and it's like, I can't handle this, you're wrecking my stuff. So that's what I like to see. So thanks everyone for joining. We're going to character creation, but you're good at what you learned. Okay, so I got all my urns right there. Thank you on that. So we've got a lot of cool stuff on the agenda as usual. Thanks everyone for visiting. Let's pause for some of that. So here's some things we're gonna do here. Thanks on that. We're gonna do Cube Draft very soon. Cube Draft. Experience Cube Draft with real players. So Real Player Cube Draft is now available. They just activated it like yesterday. It's 555 of the most amazing broken cards in all of Standard and Historic. So we're going to play that. And we get a free match. You know, it costs 10,000 to play Real People Premier Draft. But it only costs 4,000 to play cube draft, but it's phantom draft, so you don't get to keep the cards. But everyone gets one free play. And here's the card pool. Let's browse some of these. So let's see. We have Elspeth Sun's Nemesis Planeswalker. We have Gideon Blackblade, Banishing Light, Elspeth's Nightmare, Divine Visitation in white, Benelish Marshal, Adonto Vanguard, the indestructible vampire everyone loves, Finale of Glory. What else? History of Benalia, Mesa the Valiant, Lyra Dawnbringer, 5/5 flying first strike lifelink. Other angels get +1. Luminous Broodmoth, Reverent Hoplite. If you've got tons of white devotion, this will make you 1,000,000 tokens. Planar Cleansing, destroy all non-land permanents. Pride of Conquerors. Creatures you control get +1 until end of turn. Actually I need that for my deck. We also remind me about this. I've got a commander deck over on Untap that I can go preview, which reminds me, I think I need that Pride of Conquerors. So we'll look at my commander deck on Untap. Resplendent Angel's amazing, gain life and do cool stuff. Mentor of the Meek, draw cards. Legion's Landing. Yeah, there's just a lot of cards. There's 555 cards. This is barely the white cards. Zatalpa is in here, a 4/8 flying, double strike, vigilant, trample, indestructible, elder dinosaur. Love it. Sigil of the Empty Throne. Whenever you cast an enchantment, create a 4/4 angel. So just cast enchantments, you get angels. We have Unbreakable Formation. All your creatures gain indestructible. If you addendum it, they also get +1s and vigilance. Settle the Wreckage is in here. Seal Away. Shalai. So I'm not going to go through all of these, but let's just go over to the black cards for a moment. So in black we have Agonizing Remorse, Arguel's Bloodfast. Pay 2 mana, pay 2 life, draw a card. And then after that, if you have 5 life, transform it, and then after that, sacrifice a creature to gain life. Ayar is in here, of course. Bastion of Remembrance. Great with Aristocrats. Blood for Bone, sacrifice a creature, get a creature back. Bolus' Citadel, of course. Brain Maggot. Look at the opponent's hand, steal a thing, and it's a creature. Cauldron Familiar, cast down. Cavalier of Night. Chainer's Edict, the old weird art. The super weird, scary old art. Chainer's Edict. 2 mana, sacrifice, target player sacrifices a creature. And then flashback for 7, do it again from the graveyard. Dead Weight, Demon of Loathing, Demon Lord Bells and Lock. You do some cool demon stuff. Disfigure, Dread Presence, love that one. I don't have Divest. They have Duress, but they don't have Divest. They should have Divest as well. The Dusk Legion Zealot, Eat to Extinction, horrific art on that. Elspeth's Nightmare, Embodiment of Agonies. That card never works. Embodiment of Agonies enters the battlefield with a +1 counter on it for each different mana cost among them in your graveyard. So once you've been playing the... Yeah, look at that. That's a card from Torment. Exactly, the old Torment. The old Torment weird art by Ben Thompson. So once you've got a lot of things in the graveyard, then this Embodiment of Agonies becomes good, but who knows. Got the Finale of Eternity. What else? Bantu. God Eternal. Bantu. We've got the Golden Demise. Everything gets -2. If you ascend, only the opponents get -2. Grey Merchant. What's that? Hypnotic Spectre's in here. Myers Grasp. Josu Vess. I love that card. I don't think I've ever been able to kick it, but if you do, it comes in as a 4/5 menace, and it creates 8 2/2 zombies. Love that. Ooh, Kitesail Freebooter. Love that one. Steal the opponent's cards. Knight of Malice. 2/2 first strike. Nice. Liliana's in here. Liliana's contract. Oh, this was fun. I always was trying to get this one to work, but I never could. When it enters the battlefield, you draw 4 cards and you lose 4 life. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 4 or more demons with different names, you win the game. So demon deck. You're going to be lurking? Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll be here. Come back anytime you'd like. Mastermind's Acquisition, one of the few tutors in the format. Memory Leak. What else? Phyrexian Arena, draw a card every turn, lose a life. Rankle, Master of Prankles is in here. Rotting Regisar. Ruin Raider, that one was always fun. Sword Point Diplomacy, that one was fun. Reveal the top 3 cards of your library. For each of those, put it into your hand unless the opponent pays 3. So if the opponent doesn't want me to get any of my cards, they'll lose 9 life. Eldest Reborn is amazing, of course. Vraska's Contempt. Unburial Rites. What's this one again? 5 mana, return target creature card from your graveyard. Okay, so you bring it back from the graveyard, and then it comes back with flashback. Yep, so there's a bunch of cards. I'm just going to jump over here to like the lands for fun. So in the lands, we got a bunch of mana fixing. We got the Shock lands, Scry lands, Check lands, Triomes. We got Cycling lands, Field of the Dead, Fabled Passage. Oh, we have Godzilla in here. So they put the Godzilla King of the Monsters in here. Winota, banned in a lot of formats. Oh, banned in Historic, Traditional, Historic, and Brawl, but not in Cube. Ancient Ziggurat from, what is that one? Conflux, perhaps? Shards of Alara? What is that symbol there? Tap, add 1 mana of any color, but spend it only for creatures. Arch of Araska, Baron Moor, Trostani. Okay, yeah, so there's a lot of cool stuff in the cube. There's a lot of cool stuff in the cube. We're going to definitely cube that in a moment. I want to do a little bit of self-promo right here before we get into the gameplay. Reminding people... so let me do this over here. Just set this up for a little self-promo. So I do 2 big things on my YouTube channel. I do Magic, the Gathering, and comic books, along with other stuff like sometimes food stuff and stuff about coffee and technology and whatever I care. But usually it's Magic and comics. So I've been doing a series called Top Comic Book Picks, where I talk about the comic books that are coming out soon. So I've been doing those by recording it on Saturday, because that's when the comics are revealed. So I record it on Saturday and publish it on Saturday, and then it's ready for the week. I'm gonna try something new, because that's, it's a lot of effort in terms of research the comics, record the thing, then edit it, then upload it. So I'm gonna try to do it live for a little while. I did it today, and I didn't really announce it. I just did it, and Gabe actually came by and such, so that was very appreciated. But I'm going to start this now next week for a little while, see how it goes. Saturdays, 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. Join me for Saturday morning comic books talk. And it'll just kind of be a free-flowing, less than an hour probably, just to look at some comic books that are coming out, and that'll be kind of fun if people can do that, adjust your time zones and so forth. I'm going to try that for a little while just to see, instead of having to research it, record it, edit it, then publish it, I'm going to cut out some of it. I'm going to research it and then go live, and then of course it can be replayed whenever people want. It automatically goes back to my YouTube and people can replay it. There's already a few replays on that. So I'm going to try that out. I had the first show this morning. It was less than an hour, and we talked about different comic books and such. It's going to be a little bit more polished next time. It's a YouTube exclusive, so it's not going to be simulcast to Twitch. Twitch is more about playing video games, right? So I'm going to only do it on... I'm only going to do it on YouTube. So hey, Rickman, welcome there. Have not gotten the shipment yet, but I can't wait to get it. Can't stay for too long. Okay, no problem. I was just kind of announcing that things have been great. I've just been announcing that I'm also going to try a Saturday morning stream. I do the Saturday night stream, but I'm also going to try a Saturday morning stream. However, that one's going to focus on comic books. So 11 a.m., I've got it right here, 11:30 a.m. Pacific time, I'm going to do the Top Comic Book Picks with VM Campos live show. So every Saturday morning, 11:30 a.m., come on by. It's not going to be that long, maybe an hour or so. And we're going to talk about the comics that are coming out for the following week, talk about whatever else we want to talk about, just hang out. Gabe suggested, because I had said it's going to be like a Saturday morning comic book show. And Gabe had said, yeah, we should do it also with like breakfast cereals and such. Because I don't know about like in Australia and New Zealand, but in the US, we had traditionally Saturday morning cartoons. Like all my life growing up, we would wake up Saturday morning like at 8 in the morning, and they would have cartoons all day long from like 8 a.m. to like noon. Did you guys have that throughout the different parts of the world? Did you guys have Saturday morning cartoons as well? That's where we would watch, you know, like, what did we watch back in the day? I don't know, my mind's mush. But yeah, we had Saturday morning cartoons, and those were amazing. So I had mentioned we're going to do Saturday morning comic books. And Gabe said, let's also do it with cereal. And I thought, yeah, you know, I should buy some cereal, and I'm going to eat some cereal, and we're going to talk about comic books. So yeah, tell your friend who likes comics. It's a YouTube exclusive. So Rick over there, that you're on Twitch, remember it had to come over here on YouTube to see that. It's YouTube exclusive. They had Saturday morning cartoons, then it's not really a thing anymore. Exactly, same thing here in the US. They had it for years. They had Super Friends. Like, there were so many of them. I can't even remember them now. Captain Power. They had so many Saturday morning cartoons. I can't remember them now. I'm like, you know, I'm old. But yeah, Super Friends was definitely one of the ones. And such. I was going to say, like, you know, DuckTales and stuff, but no, that was part of the Disney Afternoon, which was in the afternoon. But yeah, we had a bunch of those. So anyway, that's just a little self-promotion that I wanted to do there. Thanks for indulging me on that. I hope people come by on... Saturday Thundercats. Yeah, He-Man, Thundercats, Silverhawks. Remember all of that? Voltron, Robotech. I don't know, I'm starting to mix it all up now. I'm just naming amazing cartoons of our youth. But, yeah, Saturday morning cartoons were a thing. So, relive the tradition somewhat by waking up at the crack of 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. Saturdays, exclusively on YouTube. So head on over to YouTube if you haven't followed me on YouTube. And come by on those. That kind of reminds me. Let's do this. What? Because I'm blanking. Saturday morning cartoons of the 80s. Is there like one amazing? Here it is. The complete list of Saturday morning original cartoons. This cannot be complete. Goober and the Ghost Chasers. Let's take a look at this. It says this is to all the kids of the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. I feel sorry for kids nowadays. Okay, so let's see how many of these we remember here. Goober and the Ghost Chasers, do not remember that. The Huckleberry Hound Show, yep, definitely. The Yogi Bear Show, sure. Megilla Gorilla, of course. Wacky Races, never watched much of that actually, but I knew about it. The Flintstones, yeah. This is not a real like Saturday morning cartoon list. This is more like all cartoons that have ever existed. Top Cat, the Jetsons, yeah, we see all these. Johnny Quest, that was freaking amazing, love that. 1964 to 1965, people forget that Johnny Quest was around for so little time. Scooby-Doo also was really only around for 1 year in its original run, but then of course there were several versions of Pup Named Scooby-Doo and so forth, and comics and everything. the new Scooby-Doo movies. Yeah, let's pause right there. We'll look at some more of these on the next break. But yeah, we'll relive our lives with all of these amazing Saturday morning cartoons. Although those don't really feel like Saturday morning cartoons only. What about something else over here? Saturday morning cartoons of the 80s and 90s ranked. Let's see. DuckTales. Like I'm saying, I don't think that was Saturday mornings. That was part of the Disney afternoon. Tiny Toon Adventures, I'm pretty sure that was also in the afternoons. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, that one I think was Saturday morning. So these first top three here. We'll get back to the gameplay, but out of these three right here, how would all of you in the chat rank these out of just these three? DuckTales, Tiny Toon Adventures, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Which of the out of these three, how would people rank them? I would rank them number 1, Tiny Toon Adventures. I loved that show so much. I loved all the characters, the various stories, the anthology series of it, the animation of it. I love that show. Number 2, DuckTales. DuckTales to me is more like I remember the memories of it way better than the actual shows. And once in a while when I do watch the show, I'm like, it's not as good as I remember. And Turtles are also kind of the same. So I've been rewatching Tiny Toons, and I still like it. I think it still holds up. So out of these three, I would rank it Tiny Toons, DuckTales, Turtles. So we got here the votes. DuckTales, Turtles, Tiny Toons. Cool. Anyone else familiar with these shows? How would you rank these three only? Obviously, we have a million other shows to rank, but out of these three. So DuckTales premiered in 87, Tiny Toons in 1990, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in 87 as well. Now, the Turtles comics had been around since 1984, and the Turtles movie, I think, was in 88, and then the Turtles cartoon in 87. Archie started to do also like a more family-friendly Turtles at some point. But anyway, those are some shows. Let's get to some gameplay. So let's start up this cube draft. We get the free... You think in Australia you had the Saturday mornings that went from 7 a.m. to 12, but they also had days from 7:30 to 8. Same here also. We had like weekly things, and then definitely Saturday mornings. We had cartoons all the time throughout the week for certain points of time, and then Saturday mornings were the big huge block of like get up in the morning, eat your cereal, watch cartoons all day long until the boring stuff started, like Matlock and MASH, Green Acres or whatever. So you also had after school. Yeah, we had the Disney afternoon. That's where it had DuckTales, Gummy Bears, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck. Man, those are so amazing. Bonkers. Anyone remember that one? Bonkers. Quack Pack. Goof Troop. That was a little bit of the later generation there. So, what's funny, they mentioned Charlie Adler and John Kazir as top stars on Tiny Toons. That's wrong. It's John Kazir, Joe Alasky, and Tressa McNeil. But anyway, let's get to some gameplay. So let's get our free entry into this. See how many other people are drafting. Ooh, that filled up pretty fast. Hey, Kamiya Fire. Kamiya Fire is on Magic, but she's not in the chat. Let's say hi to her. Hi, Kamiya. Smash says hi on our stream. Smiley. Roger Ramjet. That's one that I know the name of, but I don't remember. The show itself. What was it about? Was it about like a fighter pilot guy or something? Oh, here we go. Everyone got in. All right, so this is Cube Draft. Ooh, I got a Shamrock for luck from Rickman. Thank you so much for that. Totally appreciate those shout outs. Really, really meaningful. Thank you. Shout out there. So, what do we want to do here? This is removal. Exile a creature or steal stuff from the opponent. Ionize. This is when you play with cube, you have to think on another level in terms of it's more about everything's a rare. Like, even though we have commons, everything's a rare because look, Mind Stone, 2 mana ramp, Tank Growth. So I'm gonna go with this Thief of Sanity, even though of course removal is important, but let's see where we go here. The doofus guy who took proton tabs to solve proton tabs, eh? Oops, what did Kamiya say right here? Hey Victor, I'll see if I find time to pop over in a few. Running an eternally long game with finishing. No prob. Have fun. So there we go. Okay, so what do we do here? Ooh, dragon. I want that Dragon Master Outcast. I want that one. Winota is amazing. Are we gonna abandon the thief? That'd be fine. Flood of Tears. Yeah, this is all amazing. Let's go with that Dragon Master Outcast. Make dragons as long as you have lands. Amazing. Okay, so we're doing perhaps blue, black, or red, or some variation thereof. Kinan makes you tons of mana. The Kraken in blue. Make 1,000,000 insects. That's a very high casting cost. If you go with Galia, that's only 2 mana. Other satyrs get bigger. Yeah. Fabled Passage. We probably are going to get this Fabled Passage for mana fixing so we can play anything we want. So yeah, even like a land is amazing here. We're doing black and red because then we could do Charging Monstrosaur. Double blue, double green for the Frilled Mystic. There's a shock. Maybe black and red. 3-color stuff. We could do 3-color stuff because we've got the Fabled Passage. So when's the ETA on the arena on mobile? They're saying this year. The Real People draft was... The Real People draft was announced and then they did it pretty fast. And then this Cube draft was relatively fast as well. Okay, so maybe 3-color good stuff. So black, blue, red. Black, blue, red maybe. You can have Squee, keeps coming back over and over and over, although it's triple red. Blue, we can have Tetsuko, and she makes things unblockable, and here's a Storm Tamer that could be unblockable. In red, Shivan Fire. In black, the Ephemia. At the beginning of your end step, you may exile an enchantment from the graveyard and then create zombies. Okay, so that would need some zombies. The Triome here, not in the right colors. Okay, yeah. Let's get Tetsuko and see about possibly also doing stuff with like small creatures. Ooh, there's double red Chandra. That's a game winner. Kite Sail Freebooter. Looking forward to it. Then you can play. Yeah, that'll be fun. Put it on your tablet and then we'll play. We'll play there. So I think here, Chandra, Traxos, mono-colored, you know, a 7/7 artifact for 4. As long as you cast a historic, it comes online. So I kind of want that. Blood Crypt here for the mana fixing. I want that. Goblin Banneret, yeah. I want that Traxos, but I want that mana fixing. So I think the mana fixing. Let's see if Traxos wheels. Land can cycle. Yeah, the Triome. That's right. The Triome can cycle, but I'm gonna prioritize cycling a little later. Bonder's Enclave, Field of the Dead. Field of the Dead's a good one too. Yeah, it's gonna be so many different lands. You're just gonna make a bunch of zombies. There was a lot of things in that pack, so I missed it, but. We can have the Spectral Sailor here, unblockable with Tetsuko. Dead Weight is removal, though. Golden Demise is also removal, but it's more of a board sweeper. Bonder's Enclave, draw cards if I've got a big creature. Yeah, again, everything's so good, but we're gonna go with this removal. Mono black. There's E to... Okay, we went back to pack 1. So E to Extinction, no one took that, so I'm gonna grab that for removal. Yeah, I'm gonna grab that for removal. So what else is on my table here? We've got Dr. Knobs, Gryzor, Black Mage, Shy Dratini, Coffee Spoons, Hoosier Jeff, and Orc OG Carmel Bone. Okay. Nothing of my colors here, unfortunately, but a Weatherlight. Colorless. I have to be careful here because black. I was saying black, red, blue. Black, red, blue. Black, red, blue. Okay. Foreboding Fruit, draw cards or cycle with that more. I think draw 2 cards will be good. So some black is being left. Do we want a Crypt Breaker? Discard a card, create a zombie. Untap 3 zombies, draw a card. Discard a card. Pay 3 mana to discard a card. Nah, I don't think I want that. Whisper. What do I want to do here? I guess Whisper. Because that's a creature at least. We got 2 Jaces that have cloned themselves. We got a Lost Fibblethip, a Nicol Bolas, Mu Yanlin, Karn, and 2 Vivians. So how was everyone's week so far? Anything fun happened so far throughout the week? I started back my classes. I had 3 classes start up this week. I had to stay up last Sunday until 4 in the morning prepping all of that, which was not completely... I was up until 4 in the morning last weekend, and I still didn't fully get everything done. Ooh, Bontu, Embercleave. Feather. Can't cast that one, really. Watery Grave, that's some fixing. Good luck, 2 p.m. here, and you're off to lunch. Great, thank you for stopping by. We'll be here for a little while more, of course. If you stop by, that's great. If not, thanks for hanging out, and thanks for the Shamrock of Luck. This is all amazing stuff. What do I want here? I probably want that Embercleave, although I want that mana fixing there. The Lothwain. I want the Crystalline Giant as well. So much good stuff. Embercleave. Bontu, I want Bontu as well. Embercleave, because that'll be reusable. Killitude. You were up till 4 last night with the baby. Oh yeah, your baby is how many weeks has it been now? 3 that they've been born, that they've been around? 4 weeks already now or so? Robber of the Rich. Rakdos. Dread Presence could be some card draw. Firemind's Vessel for the mana fixing. Lotus Field, 4 weeks today, yeah. Time flies. Firemind's Vessel. Let's get a big old creature and see if we can get some of that mana fixing with that Vessel and such. Since I don't know all of the cards in this cube yet, I don't know what like archetypes are good to draft together and such, but we'll see. Okay, there's Lazav. I kind of like that one. There's Argyl's Budfast. Draw a bunch of cards. Dark Dweller Oracle. Haven't seen that one in a while. Sacrifice a creature. Exile the top card of your library. You may play that card. Tybalt. Cauldron Familiar. Juggernaut. Soon she'll be playing Magic. Yes. The only thing though is you have to let her decide what colors, and if unfortunately, you know, us as like black players, they go over to like green or something, you have to let them be their own Magic player. Patient rebuilding. At the beginning of your upkeep, target opponent puts the top 3 cards, then you draw a card for each land card. So it mills them plus draws you cards, probably. Double blue. Why is it going to auto-select a white card? I have no white cards in my deck. Ethereal Absolution is amazing. Judith is amazing. Rupture Spire. Planar Cleansing. There's Josu Ves. Double blue, double red. I mean triple blue, triple red. For Niv Mizzet. Niv Mizzet wins games. It'll be hard to cast though. Liliana's Contract. Maelstrom Pulse. Shadow Spear. Act of Treason. Erebos' Intervention. Creature gets -X. Draw 4 cards. I'm not doing a demon deck, so... So Fabled Passage, Blood Crypt. I need more mana fixing. But there's just so much good stuff. Teshar, Murmuring Mystic, that'll clog up the board very well. Sword Point Diplomacy, that's good. Captain Lannery, Captain Lannery makes treasure tokens, so that'll be mana fixing. There's the Triome, but it's red and black and white. Man, so much good stuff. That could cycle, that could get red and black mana. I could get the captain's a body, plus it makes treasure. I could get the Murmuring Mystic. Once I do sorceries or instants, it makes a bunch of creatures. Oh man, gotta go with the captain. Running out of time. Ooh, there's Ayara, there's Demon Lord. Mana fixing there. Ayara, triple black, Psychic Corrosion. Maybe it is possible to do the... we're back here. Okay, cool. So we're back here. That means I can get the Bloodfell Cave or that giant. That giant's pretty cool. But I think I'm going to need to start to look at more of these. If there's any of these mana fixings left. Ooh, there's the Firemind's Vessel. Yep, good mana fixing going on. There's only pack 2. This is so amazing. So many amazing picks to pick. When it's a cube, everything's amazing. Thanks everyone for coming to hang out on the stream so far. It means a lot as usual, playing Magic with all of y'all throughout the different time zones and parts of the world. I'll also show my Vampire Commander deck in Untap. So right after I finish the draft here, I'm going to pause to show... I'm going to pause to get a drink, and then I'm going to then show my Commander deck, and then we'll get back to craft the deck and play some games. And then also we got Magic News, we got to talk about those Saturday morning cartoons, and maybe show some art and other stuff. You can get Tybalt, Bloodfast, the Cat... Let's do the Cat. Okay, so here, black and green, or those are not... Oh, here we go, Rupture Spire. Yeah, that one will mana fix. Good, it looks like people are not... Everyone likes treasure. It looks like people are not... Ooh, there's a Temple of Epiphany. It looks like people are not getting lands, which is good, because with so much good stuff to play, you need that mana fixing... Liliana's Contract, sure. I might play it. It draws 4 cards. 5 mana, draw 4 cards. Hey, who's coming to visit over here that we see in the chat? It is Kamiya Fire herself. Look at that, she came by. Did you win your game, hopefully? And then we get the Mystic. Glad to have you. Thanks for visiting. Ooh, we definitely need Kroxa there. So much good stuff. Kroxa is amazing. I want that Skargan Hellkite. Sphinx of Foresight. Risk Factor. So much good stuff. And we've got the Drowned Catacomb. Let's get Kroxa in here. Entrancing Melody. Ritual of Soot as a board wipe. Skewer the Critics. Silent Departure. Midnight Clock. People love playing this one so much on the ladder. It's a mana rock for 3. Put an hour counter onto it. At the beginning of each upkeep, put an hour. When it hits 12, you shuffle everything and then draw a bunch of cards. You finish 2117 to 1182. What does that mean exactly? What did you say you were playing again? Eternally Long Game. Was that that one other Magic game that is? I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, enlighten me. How is it 2000? Oh, life totals? Really? You got them down to minus 1100 life? Congrats on that. I think we need that up. Devil's Play deals X damage to any target. Ooh, that is a game winner. Selesnya Constellation deck sounds fun. I have a Selesnya Constellation deck. Might be cool to trade those. Did you ever get on our Discord? You can put the deck list in there since we don't have a way to trade deck lists on Arena yet, but I can give you the Hey Stevie, welcome back. We're doing the cube draft. We're picking the cards. There's so many amazing cards in here. I haven't put the deck together yet. But anyway, Ashley, if you're on the Discord, we can share. Deck lists. You're in the group, okay? Yeah, that way we can share the deck lists, because I have this other Selesnya Constellation deck that's pretty fun. I'm sure you have Citizen Champion in there, and maybe an Alcida Life's Bounty, Destiny Spinner. You probably have a Destiny Spinner in there. If you throw in a that one Hexproof Druid, that's pretty amazing, because then no one wanted that Phyrexian Arena. I will take that Phyrexian Arena. Thank you very much. It's double black, but I think I'm getting some good mana fixing, so I guess we're going with black, red, blue, which old-timers would call that Grixis. But nowadays it's called, what, Raugrin, Zagoth, and Datha, whatever the new names for it are. And people are having a hard time on the third picking. Look at that. Jace is stealing, Gryzor is stealing all of our packs. Here we go. So Brain Maggot, Helm of the Host, Crackling Drake, Duress, non-creature, non-land. That Brain Maggot, well, let's you do it for any non-land permanent. Duress is only one of those. I like that Helm. And the Drake. I wish there was an easy way to be able to count how many Plague Crafter. I wish there was an easy way to be able to, and then we've got the Angrass Rampage. Okay, yeah. Taste of Death is cool. Rampage, Plague Crafter. I guess Rampage is more targeted, so do one of those. Come back to Puzzle Quest, you need good players. Yeah. How is Magic Puzzle Quest? Is it sort of like the ones where you kind of like move gems around or objects around and they have to line up? into like Bubble Bobble, not Bubble Bobble, Puzzle Bobble. What was that one that you threw the little bubbles up? Oh, look, I got the Witch's Oven plus the Cauldron Familiar. That's clearly a sign that I need to take it. Although Elspeth's Nightmare is another one there. So, and the Flame Sweep. However, that hurts me too. So, let's do the oven, the cat oven combo to wreck the opponent. Risk factor, amazing. Slaughter, Priest, nah. So, escape, exile the top 5. You may play cards until end of the next turn. You may play an additional land this turn. Kind of like that, but I think risk factor is just easier to cast. It's a match 3 game. No one wanted that Skewer. There's the unblockable Herald, but I don't have a lot of stuff to attach onto it. Mutiny, Lampid. Mana matching gives you mana for cards. So you're doing matching, you have to first match to get the mana, then you play the card, and like what kind of card pool of cards do you have to work with? Stomping Ground. Mastermind's Acquisition. Don't really need it. I guess I could. Ooh, and then we got the Crackling Drake. And then the Cyclops Electromancer. It's a 4/2, deals X damage. That's fun. You've been guiltily enjoying your time without the addicting daily gameplay. Check in with your bros every once in a while to see how the crypts are faring. Yeah, there's so much fun stuff to, it's all so addicting. So, okay, so I picked the cards. You starts at Origins and it goes to Ikoria, so they keep adding cards. That's cool. So Magic Origins, that was like 2015 or so, 2014 or so. That's like a healthy card pool. So, okay, I'm gonna take a little break, bathroom break. I'm gonna go grab a drink. Let's see what I can mix up from my cupboard, and then take a break. Oh, before I forget, I am gonna load up my Untap account so that I can show my Commander deck. If Daybreak is still around, you can get a little preview of what that is. But I'm gonna take a break in just a moment. And this is the brand new. This is gonna be my brand new no holds barred, play with cards that you don't even own Commander deck. But we'll do that right after the break. So hang around, everyone, for a moment. Gotta take a little break. I will BRB right back. Alright, everyone, we're back. Checking the points here. For whatever reason, YouTube never popped up the leaderboard. Weird. But then people check their own points, so that worked just fine. Okay, so, thank you. So we are gonna look at this, commander deck that I have over at Untap. So this is a black and white vampire tribal. Zoom in here. Black and white tribal. I guess like that. How can we see this best? I guess like that. Black and white tribal. So this is what this playgroup calls an illegal deck, meaning that it's not restricted to cards that we actually own. Because the other decks that I have on Untap, I do actually own them, but then some of the others in the group wanted to do like when you can play on Untap because it's the honor system and you can play with any cards that exist. This is what happens. So here's the deck. It's a Elenda the Dusk Rose. They just changed the rules in Commander that death triggers now finally work properly in Commander. It used to be that when your commander died, you pick what zone it goes to, like back to the hand, and it never hits the graveyard. So a card like Elenda, that when it dies, it makes creatures based on its number of counters, didn't work. You would have to let Elenda die and go to the graveyard and stay in the graveyard to get those counters. But then you had to use another spell or whatever to get it back from the graveyard. They just changed the rules so that if the creature dies, the dying stuff will happen, and then you can still choose to put it in the zone of your choice. I wonder if Tabletop Simulator has magic to have an easier system. I didn't even know about this one until Geo mentioned it the other week or whatever, so I'm not sure. So the commander is a 1/1, she's lifelink. Whenever any other creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on her. So even if my opponent's creatures are dying, she keeps getting stronger. And when she dies, create X 1/1 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink based on her power. So if she's like a 10/10 and she dies, I make 10 vampires. Okay, so let's start over here from the mana base. So this deck apparently is $632, so it's not as expensive as I thought, although some of these cards I don't own. So okay, Command Tower makes mana of any color. Unclaimed Territory makes mana of any color of a creature chosen type. So obviously choose Vampire, and then it makes a mana of any color, or one colorless. Godless Shrine, it's a shock land for plains and swamps. Temple of Silence, it's a scry land for black or white. Isolated Chapel, it's a check land. It checks that you have at least one plains or swamp, or it comes in tapped. Scoured Barrens comes in tapped, but it gains you a life. I might remove this one, although it does the the mana fixing, but it gains a life. Orzhov Basilica, this is I believe they call this one a bounce land. Comes into the battlefield tapped. When it enters, you return another land, and then after that it taps and gives you 2 mana for the price of 1. Okay, and we've got Castle Lothwain. It's a check land for black, but then after that you can pay 3 mana to draw a card, although you lose a little life. Ardenvale, this is another one that I might just remove because I just have it here for the symmetry of both of the castles, but like what the extra thing that it does is it lets you create more humans, but it's vampire themed, and I love to have very hard stipulations. Witch's Cottage, it comes in tapped unless you have 3 basic swamps. And then if it comes in untapped, you can grab a creature out of your graveyard onto the top of the library. Idyllic Range is the same thing for white, but if it comes in untapped, it adds a +1 counter to a creature, like maybe the commander. Memorial to Folly comes in tapped, but it adds 1 black, and then later you pay 3, and you can return a creature from the graveyard back to the hand. I didn't do the white Memorial, the Memorial to Glory, or whatever that one's called, because I just didn't think it was worth it. Emergence Zone, it taps for 1 colorless, or tap it, sacrifice it, it gives all your spells flash. So obviously I want to, before the beginning of my turn, I want to flash in some amazing creature, and then it's my turn. Zelfiran Void is colorless, but it lets you scry 1. And we've got these fetch lands. Evolving Wilds. Tap it, go find a basic land, comes in tapped. Terramorphic Expanse, the same thing. The exact same functional reprint, but just a different card. Fabled Passage, the better Terramorphic Expanse. Tap it, sacrifice it, go find a basic land, put it into play. If you have at least 4 other lands, if you have 4 lands in total, it comes in untapped. Otherwise, it comes in tapped. And then another newer fetch land, Prismatic Vista. Tap it, pay 1 life, go find a basic land, put it into the battlefield untapped. Okay, so if I've got that fetch land, of course I've got the Marsh Flats. Tap it, pay 1, go find a plains or swamp, which can let me go get my shock land. And this is one of the more expensive lands, $39. Got some more mana fixing mana ramp, Wayfarer's Bauble, play it on turn 1, on turn 2 it gets you another land for ramp. This is one of the most expensive cards here, $120. Mana Crypt. Pay 0 to have it tap to give you 2 mana. 0 mana artifact for 2. Now, come to think of it, I think like Black Lotus and Mox and all of those are banned in Commander, so that's why I don't have those. Mana Vault, another expensive one, $54. Pay 1, it gives you 3 mana. You have to pay 4 to untap it, and it deals damage to you if it's tapped, but Pretty fast. 1 mana for 3. Of course, Soul Ring, 1 mana for 2. That's in there. Cold Steel Heart. So I've got a bunch of 2 mana artifacts in here. 2 mana gives you 1 mana of any one color once you choose what color you want. Talisman of Hierarchy. 2 mana gives you a colorless or black or white. 1 damage. Grim Monolith. 2 mana gives you 3 mana. Doesn't untap unless you pay 4. Thought Vessel, 2 mana, gives you 1 mana, no maximum hand size. And lastly, Arcane Signet, 2 mana, gives you 1 mana. So, in theory, this is the most efficient mana base of mana rocks, at least, because you want to get mana rocks that are playable on turn 2 to ramp you ahead of the opponent. 11 swamps, I went with the unstable swamps. 11 islands. Why did I put islands? Those have to be plains. I put swamps, I put islands instead of plains. Where is unstable? Here we go, unstable. Yeah, I put islands. I'm so used to playing Demir colors that I just instinctively put islands. Okay, so then the lands are right there. Okay, after that, we have some card draw. Urza's Bauble, 0 mana, artifact to draw a card. You also look at your opponent's 1 card randomly. Mishra's Bauble, the same thing, but then it lets you look at the top card of an opponent. So, 0 mana to draw a card. Here's 2 of my win conditions. Torment of Hailfire. Black X. Repeat the following process X times. Each opponent, loses 3 life, unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card. So people are either going to sacrifice a non-land permanent or discard a card or do 3 damage. Once I get 1,000,000 mana, I'm going to do X is 10, so that's going to be 30 damage to everyone at once. Or sacrifice a bunch of things. So that's one of the win conditions. Get a bunch of mana, dump it in here, make everyone lose 3 life. The other win condition is Exsanguinate, a little bit easier perhaps. Double black X. Each opponent loses X life. You gain life equal to the life lost this way. Torment of Hailfire is awesome, use it in your Bolus deck. Yeah, I need it also in my other deck, my mono black deck, but again, that other mono black deck is a deck of cards that I do have. This one is cards that I don't have, because everyone in the group said, yeah, let's play one of those. Let's play an illegal deck. So fine, let me go. It's not CEDH, of course, but I am going to get the best cards that I can. And so yeah, Torment of Hellfire, that's going to be a lot of damage. Or, no fuss, no muss, just do double black X, everyone loses X life. And you gain that much life. So if I did that for 10, all my opponents lose 10 life, and I gain 30 life. So that's the other win condition here. I have some graveyard shenanigan stuff. Plain old Reanimate. Grab a card from any graveyard. Put it into my battlefield, lose a little life. 1 mana. Animate Dead. Do the same thing for 2 mana. But it loses -1, -0. If the enchantment gets destroyed, you lose the creature. Got a couple of board sweepers just in case. Bantu's Last Reckoning, 3 mana to destroy all creatures. My lands do not untap for 1 turn, so careful on that. Hour of Revelation, 6 mana. Destroy all non-land permanents, so just in case my opponents are getting tricky, I'm talking about you, Quentin, this destroys everything. Yeah, my stuff too, but this is like the ultimate reset button. And it could cost 3 mana if there are at least 10 non-land permanents on the battlefield. So in case, this might be like the ultimate, reset button. Maybe I could put Nevinyrral's Disc in here too. But Fumigate, one more board sweeper. 5 mana in total. Destroy all creatures. I gain life equal to the number for all the creatures destroyed this way. So if I wipe the board with a bunch of tokens, I gain a bunch of life. Okay, then we've got some pinpoint removal. Doomblade, 2 mana instant, destroy any non-black creature. Heartless Act, one of the new Doomblade. They're saying the better Doomblade. 2 mana instant, destroy a creature with no counters on it, or remove up to 3 counters from a creature. So for many creatures, this is just a 2 mana, even on a black creature, 2 mana, kill it, if it has no counters. If it has counters, you can weaken it. Price of Fame. It's 4 mana instant removal, but it costs 2 less for a legendary. So the opponent's legendary commanders, it'll only cost 2, plus Surveil 2. So look at the next top 2 cards, keep them there, or put them in the graveyard. We've got a pinpoint removal, Disenchant. Good old Disenchant. Destroy an artifact or enchantment. 2 mana. I have the split card, Never to Return. 3 mana, destroy a creature, like Murder, or Planeswalker. So if people have Planeswalkers, 3 mana, destroy. The Aftermath portion of the card can only be played from the graveyard, and that one says, exile target card from a graveyard and create a zombie. So if my opponent's doing stuff in the graveyard as well, I can remove it from the graveyard and make a zombie. Exposed to Daylight, the newer Disenchant, 3 mana, plus a Scry. Okay, then we've got Card Draw. Smothering Tithe. This is one of the very few card draw, card advantage cards in white, besides Mangara, who's about to come out. 4 mana enchantment that when the opponent draws a card, unless they pay 2, you make a treasure. So this is going to make a bunch of mana in a commander game. Phyrexian Arena, 3 mana, draw a card, lose 1 life. Ransack the Lab, 2 mana, look at the top 3 cards, grab 1, the other 2 go to the graveyard. Dawn of Hope, 2 mana, whenever you gain life, pay 2, draw a card. Or pay 4, make a lifelink creature to fuel that. Sign in Blood, double black, draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. Metal Spinner's Puzzle Knot, 2 mana, artifact. Draw 1 card, lose 1 life. Later on, pay 3, draw a card, lose 1 life. Hey there, Cosmics 2, you missed the draft. No problem. I had started the draft, but I picked the cards, but I haven't made the deck. So we haven't finished the draft yet. We're just talking about this commander deck that I put together. Now, also remind me, did we ever invite you to our Discord? Are you on the Discord? We've got a fun Discord where everyone's hanging out at. Did I ever give you the link to get on our Discord? Okay, another card draw here. 2 mana, draw a card, and it's 1 and tap. Make a land, a mana of any color, or 2 and draw and gain life. Okay, let me give you the link to our Discord. Sorry for the oversight there. Let me put the link in the Discord right here. Join us in the Discord. Come hang out, talk about Magic and all that good stuff, even off-topic stuff. So there's a link in the Discord. Join there whenever you can. Okay, what else? What else in card draw? Okay, Foreboding Fruit, 3 mana, draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. If you adamant it, you also make a food token to get the life back. Argwell's Bloodfast, pay 2 life. 2 mana, 2 life, draw 1 card. If you have less than 5 life, you can flip it, and then you can sacrifice creatures and gain life from them. And then the last card draw, Azor's Gateway, 2 mana, artifact 1 and tap, draw a card, then exile a card from your hand. If you have 5 different mana costs exiled this way, flip it, and then what's the other side of that? Oh, and the other side of that is you tap it to make a whole bunch of mana. So once again, make a bunch of mana and then use that to win the game. Got a couple of planeswalkers, of course, Sorin, Vengeful Bloodlord, 4 mana, 4 loyalty. All your creatures gain lifelink, including your planeswalkers. +2, it deals 1 damage to a creature, to a player or planeswalker, which has lifelink. -X, return a creature from the graveyard with converted mana cost of X. And Imperious Bloodlord, Sorin, 3 mana, +1. 1 vampire gets lifelink and a +1 permanent counter. +1, sacrifice a creature, sacrifice a vampire, and it deals 3 damage to a target, and I gain 3 life. -3, play a vampire directly from the hand onto the battlefield. I've got a few vampires that I can play directly through this. It's an amazing card. 3 mana, you get a planeswalker, plus you can put out an amazing vampire right away. The rest of these are creatures. We've got the Adanto Vanguard. This is 2 mana for a 1/1. When it attacks, it becomes a 3/1. Pay 4 life, indestructible. So let's say I wipe the board. Pay 4 life, this one still lives. And then it attacks as a 3/1. Arvad the Cursed, it's a 3/3. Death Touch lifelink. Other legendaries gain +2/+2. So I've got a few legendary creatures in here that'll get +2/+2. Bishop of the Binding, it's a 1/1 for 4, but when you cast it, you exile your opponent's creature. When you attack, this gets +X based on that exiled creature's power. So if I took away their 12/12 Galta, this will get +12/+12, so it'll be a 13/13. Gruesome Fate. Each opponent loses 1 life for each creature you control. So actually, let me put it here with my other win conditions. This could be another win condition, because once I've got a lot of creatures on the battlefield, I cast this for 3 mana, and then all opponents lose X life based on the number of creatures that I have. So, I missed showing something here. But anyway, I don't know how I skipped all of these. Anyway, here we go. I forgot this. I skipped these as well here for some reason. I also have a couple of tutors. Go to the first and the best, Demonic Tutor, 2 mana to go find any card you want. In my other decks where I have cards that I actually own, I have Diabolic Tutor, 4 mana, or Mastermind's Acquisition, 4 mana. But go back to the original, 2 mana, get any card you want. Or Grim Tutor, 3 mana, go get any card you want, lose 3 life. Now it is highlighted red in here because this one isn't out yet. It's the it is a $600 deck, but my play group decided let's play at least one game where this is cards that you don't even own. So I do have plenty of cards in here that I don't even actually own, but people want to sorry about my thing there. Let me add you. That reminds me, actually. Let's do a little pause here. Let me add some of you as the VIP people so that my Streamlabs doesn't actually bother you. So what I need to do here, I guess it's okay if you see behind the scenes here. Streamlabs. Just log in here. Let me add you as my VIP people so that my cloud bot doesn't. How do I do it here? User management. Yeah, here it is. So you can do it easily on Twitch, but on YouTube I need to know your YouTube address for me to add you as a VIP so that you don't get shut down by the spam bot here thing. So those of you that are hanging out here in YouTube, what I need to know is what's your YouTube address? So if you go to your YouTube, you go to your own YouTube, I guess your channel, if you can copy and paste your YouTube address up there, you know, it has youtube.com/channel/whatever. If you can put that into the chat right there, I'll then paste it into my spam bot detector thing so that it doesn't shut you all down when you put a couple of smiley faces. Like, I need to change my settings. I thought I changed my settings so that it doesn't like be too much of an annoyance, but we might as well do it the right way, which is adding you as a VIP person in the chat so that then it doesn't bother you that way. So yeah, if you can all do that while I get back to my Untap account here. But yeah, it doesn't, I need to know what whatever your YouTube link is right there, and then you'll be VIP. I think still. Okay, you went over there to the Twitch. Okay, yeah, we can do it on Twitch as well, no problem. If you want to hang out on Twitch, that's a little bit easier. So if I go over to my thing over here, and then I put you in as Cosmics, copy that, paste it here. There we go. So in theory here I've added you as one of the regulars, one of the VIP people. So even, you know, I think my thing is a little bit too harsh on what's spamming. You know, Cosmic over here put like three eyeballs, and it's like, please refrain from spamming. Like, that's not spamming. But I thought I went in here to my mod tools and had it, you know, symbol protection, punishment duration, timeout. So I have it here, minimum of 10 symbols. That wasn't 10 symbols. That wasn't too many here. So that wasn't too many symbols. So I don't know why my thing is like way too nanny about it. Whoops, I should actually be showing that one perhaps. But yeah, welcome, a wild Cosmics joined. But yeah, Rick is over on the Twitch. Whatever people way want to hang out. I personally kind of like it a little bit more on YouTube if people hang out on YouTube, but whatever way you want to hang out on the stream is totally fine. You sent your YouTube thing on Discord. Yeah, okay, let me check it on that. I guess perhaps since that's a little bit more private, let's switch over here for a moment. Discord's a little bit more private, so we'll go over here. Yeah, I think that should be it. Let me copy that. Copy that and paste it over here. So add a regular from YouTube, channel ID, add you there. This is a duplicate entry, huh? Oh, okay, yeah. That reminds me, I did do yours, Stevie, already, because since you had a public YouTube, I already copied it previously and put it in there, so you're already in there. But other people that might not have a public YouTube, like Mark, or Daybreak, or Kamiya, or anyone else that's hanging out, if you want to be a regular while I'm doing it now, I'll add you to there. I just need your YouTube name if you want. I forgot we did it already. Yeah, we already did that. Anyway, let's get back to revealing all of my deck tech over here. Web browser. Yeah, so Grim Tutor. So I only have 2 tutors here. Go find anything you want. I went with the printing of M21, which is not out yet. I didn't go with the starter 1999 version. It had the old frame. I wanted the new frame. So I got the Grim Tutor. So it's red here because it doesn't even exist yet, this printing. But there is another printing. Okay, so finally the creatures. Okay, Bloodthirsty Aerialist, once I gain life, it gets stronger, +1s. Cruel Celebrant, 2 mana, when any of my things die, everyone loses a life, I gain a life. Dusk Legion Zealot, 2 mana, I draw a card, I gain 1 life, it's a 1/1. Duskborn Skymarcher, for 1 mana, it's a 1/1, flying, tap it, pay 1, give another creature +1. Epicure of Blood, 5 mana. This is one of the ones that if I play Sorin, I can then play this one for free. But it's a 4/4, and whenever I gain life, opponents lose 1 life. Forerunner of the Empire. I meant Forerunner of the... something else. Forerunner. Good thing I'm looking at it again, because I have a red card in my black and white deck. It's Forerunner of the Legion. That's what I wanted. Yeah. Forerunner of the Legion, not Forerunner of the Empire. So, Forerunner of the Legion. It's a tutor for a vampire. You go search for a vampire, put it on top of the library, and then you draw it. And then, when any vampire enters the battlefield under my control, another vampire, or any vampire gets +1 temporarily. I have an amazing combo with this one in Mavrin Fine. Whenever 1 or more non-token vampires I control attack, create a 1/1. So, if I've got that Forerunner, and I've got Mavrin, and I attack with a non-token vampire, Mavrin makes a creature. The Forerunner sees a creature, so I get to put a +1 on something. So I've been able to kind of loop it into multiple attacks, multiple creatures, put so many +1s onto my vampires. Knight of the Ebon Legion, 1 mana, 1/2, pay 3, it becomes a 4/5. And if any opponent loses 4 or more life, it gets a +1 counter. Vona, Butcher of Magan, it's a 4/4 for 5. Vigilance, lifelink. Tap, pay 7 mana, destroy any non-land permanents. Legion Lieutenant, give all vampires +2/+2. Paladin of Atonement, if I lose life, put a 1/1 counter. Whenever this dies, I gain all the life back. Are you correct that this deck is the Legacy, Historic, whatever, the terms for all cards being legal? It's Commander, so Commander is all cards legal except for certain super high powerful ones. So it's your YouTube is in your Discord. Okay, I'll look at that one moment. Yeah, so this is a Commander deck. So basically everything's legal except a narrow subset of ultra powerful things. What else? Sanctum Seeker. This one's amazing. 4 mana, 3/4. Whenever a vampire I control attacks, each opponent loses 1 life. I gain 1 life. So if I attack with 3 vampires, all opponents lose 3 life. I gain 3 life. This can really snowball. So it's a go-wide strategy type of deck with a lot of life gain and annoyance. Here's a flying 1/1 that gains +1 every time opponent loses a life. Haunt of Hightower, I love this one. 6 mana, but again, if I get Sorin out first, I can put this one out for free. It's a 3/3, flying, lifelink. Whenever the Haunt of Hightower attacks, defending player discards a card. Okay? Then, whenever any card is put into any opponent's graveyard from anywhere, this gets a +1. So, when my opponent cracks their fetch land to go get another card, that's a card that went to the graveyard, this gets a +1. When my opponent has 8 cards in hand and has to discard to 7, went to the graveyard, this gets a +1. If I play my 1 or 2 cards in here where people discard cards, this gets a +1. So this is a whenever. So if all my opponents discard 1 card, this gets +3/+3. Lifelink, flying. Thirsting Bloodlord, +1 to all vampires. Twilight Prophet, 2/4 flying, ascend. At the beginning of my upkeep, if I have the City's Blessing, reveal the top card of my library, put it into my hand. Each opponent loses X life, and I gain X, where X is the card's mana cost. And then Forerunner of the Legion, go tutor a vampire. Easy answer, Leyline of the Void. That's true. Then nothing goes to the graveyard, it goes into exile. That's a way to stop that. Or, also kill it or pacify it or something. So that's the deck. It's $631. Although there are other... Didn't Mason say he had like a $2,000 illegal deck? So the reason this is like leaning towards CEDH, it's still not CEDH, there's still, a lot of cards that could be improved. The reason that this is an illegal deck is because I went with a lot of mana fixing, mana ramp. And then other stuff besides that is the fun stuff. How does Untap work? Well, once you create the account, you go over to decks, and then you go create a deck, call it whatever, select Magic, MTG, create a deck. And then from the left side here, you're searching for cards. Hover over, and one thing, yeah, on the Discord you might want to do it. But just very briefly here, one thing that I personally don't like about Untap is because any crazy person can create a card here. I don't like all of the alters that people add. So I personally, when I add a card, I always make sure I add the original card. Some people make like, they put Frosty the Snowman on a Teferi card. I don't know. So you just have to be careful here. When you hover over a card, if you don't care, just press plus. But if you hover over the icon to pick a printing, I always pick the original printing. Or a printing that I like. Or a printing that's real. There's been instances of cards that I added here, and it's like some terrible scan that people made themselves or some fan art. Doesn't matter for gameplay, but for myself, I like the original printing. So once you find a card, you click plus, and it becomes part of your deck. But you want to move it into the command zone right there. Also, what you want to do is change the setting up here, deck options, so that this says the default quantity is 1, because in Commander you can only have one at a time. If you don't change that, every time you add a card, it's going to add 4 of them. So obviously in Commander, you only need 1. So you change your deck option to say 1 default. Anyway, that's a very quick look at Untap. That's my latest deck, my Elenda deck. I played a game with Daybreak and Mason and Quentin yesterday or 2 days ago or whatever, and I played my what did I play? I played Etrata. I had said it cost $77, but actually when you look at it here, it said $91. So I don't know why it says a certain price here, and then another price over here. If I look at my Ayara Mono Black, it says 39 over there, but then it says 51 over here. So I'm not sure why it's got 2 prices. But yeah, all these other decks, like, my vintage Nebuchadnezzar deck, it's $200 apparently. And that is because... Why is that, actually? So these are cards that I do actually own, from the 90s. So apparently that deck is $200, but these are cards that I do own. Lake of the Dead. Oh, here we go, Mana Vault. Yeah, I do have a Mana Vault. That's been getting up in price. This was like $20 last year. Now it's $40. I thought of adding Sanguine Bond, Exquisite Blood, Runaway Train results with those. I think let me look at that. That might be kind of cool. I think I heard about those, and I was thinking about putting them in the deck. Sanguine Bond, that's the one that when you... the enchantment, right? When you gain life, the opponents lose life. The Mitgo price. Okay, it could be ticks. Whenever you gain life, target opponent. Now in multiplayer, you have 3 opponents. So I'm trying to do cards that are wrecking everyone at once. You don't want these feel bads when you keep doing the one the 1 damage to the 1 opponent, so it's target opponent. Look at the top left corner of untap. Top left corner of untap. You're currently online there. Yeah, everyone else is offline, and I gotta add you here as well, Stevie. But and then the other one that you said was Exquisite Blood. I think I heard about that one. That it creates like a like a runaway loop of something, right? Exquisite Blood. Whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. Yeah. What's your name on Untap? It's very complicated. It's VM Campos. Just like on all my other social media. But yeah, just find me as VM Campos and you'll find me right there. I can pull it up here. I don't know if people mind on this, but here's the other people I'm connected with. So if you want to connect with Daybreak, he's Grand Detali 100. We've got Adon in here, Croden Talbot, Cronest. Huh, I guess I'm not connected with Mason or Quentin, but anyway. Cronest. Oh, yeah, that's Cronest. So I'm just VM Campos. Okay, let's get back to some Magic Arena gameplay. I'm still playing Arena here. I just finished, sent a request. Okay, I will approve that very, very, very soon. And while I am here, let me also... So I need to edit this deck. I grabbed everything, but I haven't edited it yet, so we'll edit it together. But what I want to also put is... You said you sent me... Daybreak, did you say your YouTube is on your Discord? Your YouTube is on your Discord. Okay, I might do that right now before I forget. So if I click on that and click on that, I don't see that under user info. I don't see that. I'll find, oh, on your Discord. Okay, on your Discord. I get it. Okay, there we go. I got it. Let me copy that. Go to my settings. YouTube add you as a regular right there, and that should protect against the cloud bot. Yeah, so Ashley, I was putting people's YouTube names in my whitelist so that my spam bot doesn't scold people. So if you want to be on that whitelist, you can put it in the chat or in anywhere, or on the Discord if you're on the Discord, and then I can add you to the whitelist so that you don't get scolded by my chatbot. Anyway, okay, let's put this deck together. The idea is a 3-color good stuff, and I think it's going to be doable because I think I got a very good amount of mana fixing. So, got islands, swamps, and mountains. Temple of Epiphany for red and green. Blood Crypt for red and black. Bloodfell Caves, red and black. Dragon Skull, red and black. Stomping Grounds. I accidentally grabbed the Stomping Grounds. I do this sometimes, where I accidentally space out, and I got a Stomping Grounds, which that's not the colors. I need red or blue or black, so I'm not sure why I got that one. Whoops. So get that out. Fabled Passage, go get any mana color that you want, so one of those. And a Rupture Spire makes a mana of any color, although you have to pay 1 mana to get that online. Now, the to get your channel address, if you go to your channel, your YouTube channel, your channel, it's the part of the address where it's at the very end here. YouTube.com/channel/whatever. That's your YouTube channel. even though I officially have youtube.com/vmcompostjr, internally it's still another thing. So if you can find that, put it in there. I'll put you on the whitelist if you want. Okay, so further crafting. How many lands? I have 16 lands. Okay, so I'll add one more mountain. There we go. Okay, so the mana base 5/3/3. Although what I could do, so apparently blue, it heavies blue. Well, I won't deal with the lands yet. 18 creatures, that's good. Gobbledygook. Probably won't work, but what I can do is I can grab that, put it in the address, and it'll probably then tell me what your... it's not coming up as your name there. Yeah, YouTube makes it a little bit weird. Like, what's my actual address? This is Gobbledygook. Oh, sorry, that was a question. My deck is Gobbledygook. It's 3 colors, but after I kind of pare it down a little bit, we'll figure out what we're trying to do here. So, Embercleave, I got an Embercleave in there, that wins games, so that's in there. We got a Chandra's Awakening, that wins games, that's in there. Niv Mizzet wins games, although, triple blue, triple red, but we can do it. Charging Monster Sword, it's a 5/5 Trample Haste. Cyclops Electrum. Okay, that one, I think that one's a cut. It's a 4/2. When it enters, it deals X damage to target creature only, and opponent controls, where X is the number of instants and sorceries. So, I think I'm cutting that one. Oh, here we go. There's your user address. Okay, thanks on that. Let me copy that, put it into my whitelist. I'm not sure if I've added the whitelist for Mark, so make sure you give me your YouTube address at some point. There we go. Added you on that. Had to go to the dairy, but if you're back now, you haven't missed it. Nope. I just got back into the draft. We were just looking at my commander deck. We're back into the draft to craft the deck. You'll Discord if Google guarded to a privacy, but not posting gibberish name. I need to say that. No, that's Google guarded your privacy by not posting. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So it automatically put Gobbledygook there instead of what you wrote. That's interesting. I guess my bots are pretty helpful. Okay, so what were we looking at? So yeah, that Cyclops, I don't think that's going to do too much. It's a 4/2. It might do damage to a creature. I want more than that. Patient Rebuilding. So mills the opponent. For 3. And then I draw a card for every land. That's kind of cool. A little bit of mill in there, but we'll see. Liliana's Contract. 5 mana. Draw 4 cards. If I control 4 different demons, I win the game. I didn't build a demon deck, so I'm never going to be able to get that part of it. But this does get me 4 cards for 5 mana. Card draw's cool, but let's remove that for a moment. And this Patient Rebuilding, a mill strategy to them, not sure. I'm just gonna go through one quick pass about removing stuff, and then we'll see. Murmuring Mystic, 1/5, makes a bunch of birds, good blockers. Whisper, I don't really love this one. Sacrifice 2 creatures, return a creature from my graveyard to the battlefield. I need to have something amazing in the graveyard, and I don't think I've got too many amazing things. I don't think Whisper's amazing. Spawn of Mayhem, 4/4 Flying Trample, yes please. Crackling Drake, gets bigger and bigger with more instants and sorceries. E2 Extinction, this is exile a creature or planeswalker, yes. Mastermind's Acquisition, go get something from the sideboard, possibly. Firemind's Vessel, mana fixing, yes. Weatherlight, 4/5 vehicle, you need to crew it for 3. Whenever the Weatherlight deals damage to a player, look at the top 5 cards of my library. You may reveal a historic from among them, put it into the hand, put the rest on the bottom. So whenever it deals damage to a player, so you have to look at the next 5 cards. I don't think I've got a lot of historics for that to do its thing, though a 4/5 flyer could be useful. Imagine this magical Christmas land here. A 4/5 flying Weatherlight vehicle holding an Embercleave. That's how you play Magic. That's how Richard Garfield intended. A vehicle holding a sword. Okay, so that might be a maybe. Ayara deals damage when black creatures come in. Sacrifice a black creature, draw a card. Captain Lannery Storm, 2/2 haste. Every time she attacks, make a treasure. So there we go, mana fixing. Thief of Sanity, steal stuff from the opponent. Love it. Riel, 0/3, gets +1 for each instant and sorcery in the graveyard. Actually, how many of these do I even have in there? 4 instants, 6 sorceries, so that might be useful. You don't think it's holding it. I think they blasted out of the cannon. Yeah, look at that. On the port side cannon, they blast the Embercleave at them, or maybe they just tape it to the bow. Tie it up to the bow. It's there at the front, and then it could do the double strike. Judith, all my creatures get +1, and whenever one of my non-tokens dies, opponent gets 1 damage. Midnight Clock. I've never played with this card, but I see a lot of people playing with it, and they love it. Basically, it's a 3 mana rock that gives you blue. You can pay 3 to put a counter on it. During every person's upkeep, put a counter. Eventually, when this has 12 counters, I shuffle my graveyard, my hand and graveyard back to the library, and I draw 7 cards. So massive card draw in 12 turns, maybe even faster if I use it as a mana dump. Foreboding Fruit, draw 2 cards, lose 2 life, adamant it, and you get a food. Phyrexian Arena, 3 mana, draw a card. Amazing. Risk Factor, 3 mana, damage the opponent for 4, or draw 3 cards. Skewer the Critics, 3 damage to anything. Tetsuko, make little things unblockable. I don't think I have a very good little things strategy, so I think she's gonna get cut. And this is even cutting down to, I'm not really needing a lot of blue stuff, actually, so I might just even go with black-red, because we've got the Murmuring Mystic in blue, the Midnight Clock in blue, Riel in blue, Niv Mizzet in blue, Crackling Drake in blue. Yeah, I've got blue. I've got blue stuff. Never mind. What else? Foreboding Fruit. Okay. Brain Maggot. 2 mana, creature, look at their opponent's hand, steal something. Kroxa, 6/6, 2 mana, amazing, and then makes them discard a card. Whenever it attacks, opponent discards a card, and then they lose. Then each opponent who didn't discard a non-land loses 3 life. Escapes for 4. This one's amazing. Ingress Rampage, 2 mana, destroy an artifact or creature or planeswalker. Cauldron Familiar. I did manage to get the Cat Oven combo here, so I got Witch's Oven plus the cat. Dragon Master Outcast. I snap pick this one so fast. It's a 1/1 for 1. Once I've got 6 or more lands, automatically create dragons. You may want this. Do you have this in your deck, Daybreak? 1 mana, 1/1, makes a dragon every turn if you've got at least 6 lands. 5/5 dragons. I shouldn't be revealing such amazing cards. Your Atali deck's already amazing, so never mind. Forget about this card. Jedi Mind Wipe you. You know, don't even look at this card. Weasel Back Red Cap. This was like just auto given to me because it was the last card. It's a 1/1. It can become a 3/1 when you pay more mana. That's fun. Deadweight, -2/-2. Mutiny. Steal. What is this one? Target creature. Oh, okay, so opponent's creature deals damage to another creature. I'm gonna remove this one just because it doesn't guarantee that my opponent has multiple creatures that can kill each other. Sheevan Fire, 2 damage to anything. Cat Oven combo. Erebos' Intervention, -X to something, and then gain double X life. Devil's Play. It's the red Howl from Beyond. If I get a bunch of mana, that's a kill right there. 49 cards. I'm feeling that possibly then, instead of playing 3 colors, maybe black-red. Because in black-red there's Kroxa, the Cauldron, the Dragon Master, Brain Maggot, Charging Monster Sword, Embercleave, Chandra, even the Weatherlight. So I think, yeah, Rakdos. Rakdos might be the way to go, black-red. Let's see what it looks like if we only go Rakdos. So, Niv Mizzet's amazing, but hard to cast. Okay, let me take out anything that's blue. See what that looks like. Oh man, I don't want to miss that Thief of Sanity. Maybe splash 1 Thief of Sanity with 1 mana fixing. Riel. Midnight Clock. So if I leave 1 Thief of Sanity, I have 44 cards. Nah, let's just go for it in terms of just Rakdos. Let's see how this goes with Rakdos. Let me see it here. So no blue mana, and then we'll auto-suggest 6 + 6. 43 cards. So Cauldron Familiar, I'm down to 10 creatures. Oh man, 10 creatures. Okay, so what do we have in... What do we have in creatures of Rakdos? Whisper, I don't love that one. It's a 2/2, sack other creatures, bring something back. Cyclops for 2. Those are the only creatures I have left. Okay, let me put these 2 creatures that I don't really want. And let's see again here. Deadweight removal, Sheevan Fire removal, Witch's Oven, Cat combo, Erebos' Intervention removal, Devil's Play, that could be a win condition right there, deal X damage. Brain Maggot creature, Kroxa creature, Angrath removal, Ayara, Captain, Judith, Fruit. Okay, 3 mana to draw 2 cards. I think I would rather have the Phyrexian Arena, because then it's a guaranteed 1 extra card every turn. I have a couple of ways to get some life back, so I think the Arena is a little better. Risk Factor draws me cards, deals damage. Skewer deals damage. Whisper, Spawn, Removal, Acquisition. I guess I don't really need to get anything out of my sideboard. I don't have anything in the sideboard that I really want. Yeah, no Mastermind's Acquisition. Fire Mind's Vessel for mana fixing. Do I need that much mana fixing? I think if I've got it down to 2 colors, I don't need that much mana fixing, so don't need that. Weatherlight Flyer. You may reveal a historic. How many historics do I have? I have Embercleave, Chandra, Whisper, Weatherlight. Well, that doesn't count. Ayara. Yeah, that could work. I've got historic stuff in here to be able to get off of the Weatherlight. That's not so bad. Historics are artifacts, legendaries, and sagas. Yeah, I got plenty of historic. Okay, yeah, the Weatherlight should hit. And we've got Charging Monstro, Cyclops, Chandra, and Ember. 42 cards. $17 lands. Six and six of each. Got a shock land, life gain land, check land, fetch land, and whatever the land is called that you need to pay one to keep it. Keep land. I don't know what it's called. $42 cards. Okay. What do we all think here? I'm keeping all the creatures. 12 is a little light, so I'm keeping all the creatures. Deadweight for removal. Sheevan Fire for removal. Witch's Oven for the cat combo. Am I forcing the oven for the cat combo? Erebos' Intervention, removal. Devil's Play, removal. Win condition. Angrath's Rampage, removal. Arena, card draw. I'm thinking this Phyrexian Arena is definitely better in Commander, but drawing more cards is always more good. Risk factor. Let's just go with 42 cards. I can't cut anything. I love this deck. Everything's cool in here. I like everything except the Cyclops, Electromancer, and Whisper. But I like everything here. I think we can do it with this team. One final thing is we need to set the sleeve. Actually, let's set the card art. What? Well, I want Croxa as the card art. As for the sleeves, well, we've got a bunch of cool sleeves to work with. Yeah, normally I ask the crew. I do have a Rakdos sleeve. Normally I ask the chat, but yeah, I want to go with Japan. Let's go with the Japanese sleeve. We will do... We'll attack with our Japanese sleeves. That way we will also be able to, at a certain point against our opponent, say, Omae wa mo shinderu. And other fun things such as Bakayaro. Nani. So, we're getting votes for Rakdos sleeves. Okay, do we want to do the Japanese sleeve or the Rakdos sleeve? If we do the Japanese sleeve, I can yell at my opponents in Japanese. But if we do the Rakdos sleeves, we can yell at them in Rakdos. What should we do? Japanese sleeves or Rakdos sleeves? I did buy it because I love how it kind of looks. Like, all of these exquisite sleeves look really nice. I got the Demir one first, and then these other ones look really nice too. But I guess we gotta go for the Rakdos sleeve because it's very appropriate. And I guess even if we have the Rakdos sleeve, I can still yell at my opponents in Japanese. Okay. We're ready to play the first game. 3 losses. I don't know if this is best of 1 or what, but we're ready with Rakdos Japanese. I think it's the same. Rakudos. If you say it the right way, it could be in Japanese. But let's play our first game here. Techno Panda Bear is the opponent. Let's see what we get in our very first cube game. Okay, we got the colors we need. We have the Rampage in case we need to get rid of one of their troublesome creatures. Or Planeswalker. We have the Intervention, -X or double life. We have the Captain, haste creature plus mana ramp. We have the 3 mana risk factor, deal damage or gain life. So I think this can do stuff. There's no turn 1 play, but that's okay. Let's impress the opponent with our own amazing swamps. Nothing for them on turn 2 yet. Okay. That's a sorcery. So let's play another swamp, so just so that they don't know exactly what colors we have yet. That's a big brain play. And nothing yet on their turn. Okay, let's try for a Captain Storm. It is pausing for them. They have some form of instant. Okay, they're going to create 2 blockers. Fine. They should have done that, though, when I attacked, so they could double block. Pro tip. Okay, I don't need the mana fixing with that, so I'll play a regular land, risk factor, either get some cards or damage. I can probably also then use the Spire. Okay, I can use the Spire, Rupture Spire, as payment for the risk factor for 1 more time. 8 damage. Priest, okay. That's a thing. Has Summon Sickness, however, so